Hey everyone, welcome to the VitaCast episode 111. 111. We made it, Kyle.
We made it.
I don't know what we made it to, but we did it.
It's 11D1, Tyler.
11D1.
Yep.
I
We
like
did
it.
this 11D1 times.
Nice. Well, that beautiful voice you hear, that's Kyle. Kyle Wakeling. What's up, Kyle?
Not a whole lot, Tyler. Busy, busy, busy.
Oh yeah.
So a
And
little bit of this, a little bit of that never adds up to much.
yeah, I feel ya. Yeah. And I'm Tyler Olthoff. I'm the host of this show, co-host with Kyle, of course. So we talk about the Vita and other random crap. But Kyle, how have you been? It's been a couple days. We're recording a little late.
Yeah, we are a little bit late, but that happens. At least it's not late like we were there.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I've been not too bad. Just lots going on. There's been a lot of posting by me on the site this month. I know it's only a 29-day month, I think, but I'm at 50 something posts already. So
Jeez.
crazy shit. And yeah, we hit 400 reviews as a site, 400 Vita native reviews. So lots of stuff going on, lots of mile markers getting hit, lots of little things.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Uh, Basically just a lot of work and not much time to play much other than Trails, which is a spoiler for, I guess, what I've been playing. So that's about it. I did go see, cause blah 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 blah. What was it? That holiday, Valentine's Day. That's the holiday. Valentine's Day was the last weekend, and the girlfriend and I went to this really, 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 really fucking expensive restaurant in downtown Seattle. Whew, it was expensive. We both got like,
Like $30 for a glass of water or what?
okay, it wasn't that crazy, but we both got filet mignon steaks, and we both drank a little bit, and they tried to get us to have dessert, but after I was looking at all the prices, I laughed and was like, nope. And at the end of it, I spent about 120 bucks for dinner. So,
Damn, dude.
and that doesn't count parking to park in Seattle, which is ridiculous. And just, oh man. But it was worth it. It was a really good steak, and it was right next to the water, so it was a nice view next to the
So
giant
it smelled
Ferris
like
wheel.
fish, right, Tyler?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, the place we went to, it's like a really famous fish, like seafood restaurant, but we didn't even eat seafood. So, yeah, it was really good though. And then after that, we went and saw Deadpool. So, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I haven't got there yet.
I actually wasn't really looking forward to it. I saw the trailers and I was like, you know what? I just really don't care. I have no interest in this. But the girlfriend was like, I want to see it. It looks so awesome. We have to go see it. So I was like, okay, all right. But then I really liked it. So it probably helped that my expectations were really low in the first place. But I actually was really impressed and enjoyed it a lot. So, anyways, we're a Vita cast. Let's talk about the Vita, Kyle. What did you play?
Well, Tyler, it's a very short list this week.
Oh boy.
I've been trying to crush through that Digimon, so that's all I've been playing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm at 56 or so hours now as of this podcast, and I'm just going for the end there.
Very nice. Yeah, me and you are like in the same boat right now, other than me taking a million times longer than you. But I've been playing just Trails of Cold Steel. I'm about the same amount of time, 55 hours, I believe. Which we got a question on Twitter. I'm just going to go to it now because we're already talking about it, and it's kind of redundant to go right back to it later in the podcast. But we got a question from Jeff on Twitter at prototype0115, and he says, "How far are you in Cold Steel? I just started NG plus, so you're a lot faster than me, Jeff. I just beat Chapter 5, and I probably pretty early in Chapter 6." But I've put about 55 hours into it, and I highly doubt I will touch New Game Plus. When I'm done with this game, I'm deleting it from my memory card and gonna play some stuff I feel like playing. Not to say a spoiler for my review, but it's just it seems like it's dragging on way too long for me. it's a chore feeling kind of game right now, and that's not a good thing for a game. So, at least in my point of view. So yeah, that's it. That's all I played. Kyle and I are boring, but
Well, at least I can say that I'm 56 hours into Digimon, and it doesn't feel like it's dragging at all.
that's
Like
good.
I'm pushing through it, so I'm making myself play more than I normally would. But other than that, I'm having a good time with it. So
That's good. Well, hopefully I'll be done soon. And then you can look at my thoughts on the site. But in the meantime, we've got some other stuff to read for reviews. We got a couple here, so let's jump into the reviews from last week. And first up, we've got Baseball Riot. This was reviewed by Liam. He gave it a 2.4 out of 5, and he says, quote, "Personally, if I had to choose between the two, I would spend my money on Tennis in the Face. If I was new to the series, as it is the more fun and accessible of the two titles. For returning players, Baseball Riot tries to add new features and attempts to be more difficult, and unfortunately, this is where it loses its appeal. The game tries too hard to add too much in the way of additional features and content and forgets about what made the original the hidden gem I consider it to be." End quote. So it looks like he was left a little underwhelmed, and they tried too much to best their previous entry. I played a little bit of it, and it definitely felt like more Tennis in the Face, but with a baseball theme. But I didn't play very much, enough to get past probably where he's having all these issues or thoughts about it. So yeah, it just feels like more Tennis in the Face to me. Did you ever play this, Kyle?
no, I have not.
All right, good talk.
There you go.
Next review.
All right, moving on. Next review is A Boy and His Blob, which was reviewed by Jenny. She gave it a 3.6 out of 5, and she says, quote, "A Boy and His Blob is a beautiful and heartwarming game with a classic 2D platformer feel. The game is not particularly long, and most of the puzzles are not particularly challenging, but its charm and beauty make it a worthwhile experience. The boss fights are fun, and some of the challenge levels will keep you busy for a while. Plus, free hugs." End quote. So, a decent score there. Nothing, outrageous, but it doesn't look like it's something to avoid if you like that kind of game. I don't know. I haven't played it. What about you, Taylor?
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's something that I've thought about picking up, but at the moment, it's just not on my list high enough to care. So maybe it's on sale for really, really cheap in the distant future when I'm bored out of my mind and have nothing to play. I'll pick it up.
And then you'll be a boy in his discount.
That's right. All right, next up we've got We Are Doomed. This was reviewed by Charlie. He gave it a 2.1 out of 5, and he says, quote, "We Are Doomed is a great-looking twin-stick shooter that is unfortunately lacking in all other areas. With only two similar gameplay modes and one solitary weapon, you will find yourself soon becoming tired with this title. It begs the question, did Vertex Pop name the game based on how it could affect their reputation? Either way, after half an hour with We Are Doomed, I found myself thinking, I am bored." End quote. So, not too favorable there from Charlie. So if you're a fan of this twin stick shooter, there's definitely better games out there to jump into if you are looking for them, it sounds like. So I don't think, Kyle, you're really the biggest fan of twin stick shooters, are you?
Nope.
Yep, so neither am I. So I can't really be much of help here, but I've heard there's better games out there for sure on the Vita. So, yeah. Anyways, there's your reviews. Feel free to check the site and read the full reviews if any of those games interest you. Perhaps there's something else to it that we don't know. But anyways, let's jump into the new releases. We've got one here for North America, and that is Super Blast Deluxe, which is $8.99. Kyle, Europe, what they got?
Europe got Knock Knock, and that's £7.99 or €9.99.
That's it?
Yep.
North America and Europe?
Yep.
One
game,
game,
different stuff. Like singular releases. Neither have been released in the other region. I don't know. It's kind of a weird week.
It's a slow week. Normally we've got like 3 random little games going on, but that's interesting.
Next week some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're supposed to say yeah again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, there you go. Those are your new release. Actually, before we get into that, Kyle, Super Blast Deluxe. How is it? Did you get it? Of course you got it, right?
I did not. No, I have no idea.
Oh,
I've heard good things, but I've also heard a couple of bad things. But I don't know if it was like just like kind of a random one-off, or if they were dumb, or like I don't know. It was just some random quotes off of Twitter that were, this game is kind of shit because of this or that or the other thing. But at the same time, I'm hearing good things. So I don't know. Somebody we trust has to pick it up and play it, and then we'll find out.
yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll wait and find out.
And I have no idea what Knock Knock is.
Yeah, I
And if you
don't
say
know.
who's there, I'm gonna hate.
I should have. Gosh, that was my chance. I'm a failure. Oh well.
We already knew that.
All right, let's get into the news. We've got a little bit here to go through, so let's jump right into it. First up, Bandai Namco recently released some save game import details for the next Gundam Breaker title, revealing details on how to and what you'll get transferred. The importing of save games can apparently be done either from the memory card or from cross-save data, and will allow you to bring your final mobile suit part configuration from Gundam Breaker 2 forward. That said, imported parts will become HG level 1, and you won't be able to use your mobile suit's weapon during the first mission. But depending on how far you got in Gundam Breaker 2, you'll increase your starting GP as well. Interestingly enough, even if you don't import save data at the start of the game, you can import your final mobile suit parts via the in-game shop. This can only be done a single time, apparently. Gundam Breaker 3 releases March 3rd in Japan. We loved Mike Bithel's newest game. I haven't played it yet, Volume. But one of the few disappointing things about it, aside from that clusterfuck of a launch, was the lack of cross-save. That's now not an issue, as the official Twitter account announced that a new patch is available now. At Volume Game tweeted, quote, cross-save update for Volume out now for PS4 and Vita in all territories. So back up those 100% unlocks to PlayStation Cloud before resetting, end quote. Have you picked up Volume yet? Charlie reviewed it for us and said, quote, Volume on Vita is a must-own title for any Metal Gear fans and another top-notch title from Mike Bithell, end quote. Idea Factory International has recently taken to introducing Trillion creator character Livia, as well as announcing the North American and European release dates. First up, we hear about Livia's Zibolos childhood friend. She holds the crest of envy and chooses to fight to take vengeance against Trillion for harming someone so close to her. Forward when alone. That's a weird thing to say. Forward when alone with Zibolos, but respectful when around others. Okay, never mind, it makes sense. Calling him Great Overlord. She lives up to the crest of envy when she sees her friend talking with anyone else, so watch out. Now for the release date bits. Idea Factory International has confirmed a March 29th North American and April 1st European release for Trillion God of Destruction. Are you ready for an enemy with 1,000,000,000,000 hit points?
Kind of.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Nipponichi has released their early Japanese demo for Hero Must Die, and I took it for a test run, nabbing us some screenshots along the way, viewable on the site. Hero Must Die will have you playing as the titular hero who has been sent back to the land of the living after losing to the evil Demon King. With 5 days to live, it's time to get yourself together so that you can take him on once more. The 796 megabyte demo isn't as English friendly as some of the other demos and games have been lately. However, it is playable enough by the trial and error style player, or by those with some Japanese knowledge under their belt, unlike my piss poor comprehension and speaking right now. As such, I tended to skip the text and just tried to get the feel for the actual gameplay, which seemed a bit simple, but enjoyable nonetheless. Hero Must Die is out February 25th in Japan, but as you can see, the demo is very much available now. In case you're wondering, it works on the PlayStation TV as well. Next up, Koei Tecmo has announced an upcoming update that brings 4-player co-op multiplayer to Attack on Titan. The first major Attack on Titan game update isn't scheduled to hit the Japanese region until March 24th, but when it lands, it'll add 4-player cooperative online multiplayer alongside over 10 other interesting bits, like Titan models to decorate your camp area with. Full update details haven't been revealed, but the 4-player online co-op is more than enough, so whatever else they add in is just icing. Attack on Titan released February 18th in Japan and will release sometime later in 2016 in the West. Here's to hoping the update is included in the base Western release. And the latest issue of Weekly Jump magazine has revealed 11 character confirmations for Dragon Quest Heroes 2. The Square Enix published and Koei Tecmo Omega Force developed Dragon Quest Heroes 2 has received 11 character confirmations, with 5 returning characters announced alongside 6 new ones. Returning characters include Alina from Dragon Quest IV, Kirill from Dragon Quest IV, Maya from Dragon Quest IV, Terry from Dragon Quest VI, and Jessica from Dragon Quest VII. New characters included will be Minea from Dragon Quest IV, Tornico from Dragon Quest IV, Carver from Dragon Quest VI, Gabba from Dragon Quest VII, Maribel from Dragon Quest VII, and Angelo from Dragon Quest VIII. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is due in Japan on May 27th.
The most recent issue of Jump magazine in Japan has revealed some interesting new details for World of Final Fantasy, including the announcement that some familiar faces will be making an appearance. Squall Lionheart was reconfirmed to appear in the game, but alongside him, another character from Final Fantasy VIII was revealed in the way of Quistis Trep. Also confirmed for the game is the organization of Seed, whose headquarters will appear in the game, although no further details on that were revealed. Finally, an entire new character was revealed known as Chocolat, a mysterious woman wearing a chocobo costume. I guess that's chocolate? I don't know. Who appears in random places to sell players items. Longtime fans of Final Fantasy will notice a comparison with Chocolina, a character of the same nature who appears in Final Fantasy 13-2. World of Final Fantasy was revealed at E3 2015 and will launch globally sometime in 2016. Marvelous Europe and Xseed have detailed their Senran Kagura Estival vs. DLC and version for plans for release in the West. Marvelous Europe and their North American brethren at Xseed Games have announced that they'll be bringing over all the paid downloadable content from the Japanese version of the game, aside from the 3 Ikki Tosen characters Sansoku, Kanyu, and Yofu, which won't make the jump due to licensing issues, so Kyle is going to be broke again. As for the versions of the game we'll be getting on release, Estival Versus has been revealed to ship with version 1.06 of the Japanese release due to cartridge limitations. Getting a day 1 patch to version 1.17 after the day 1 patch, you'll have the new multiplayer match types Rin and Doji as playable characters and all the other little tweaks the game picked up along the way, balancing menu options, etc. Xseed even teased the possibility that more updates might be released down the line, adding more free stuff and changes when they do. Senran Kagura Estival Versus is due out by the end of March in both North America and Europe, with Xseed noting that they're targeting a mid-March release on their end. Bandai Namco Entertainment Japan has announced the addition of an original Digimon that appears in Digimon Adventure Tri. Not long after its mid-March release, Digimon World Next Order is set to get some free Digimon DLC with the Mikumon Unlock mission set to hit the Japanese PlayStation Store before the end of the month. By downloading the DLC, it'll open up a mission that'll grant you the ability to Digivolve into Mikumon upon completion. Digimon World Next Order is due out on March 17th in Japan.
Alright, moving on. Previously brought you news that 2D action RPG Dex is heading to the PlayStation Vita at some point in 2016. Now developer Dreadlocks has narrowed this down slightly to Q1 2016. In Dex, players take on the role of Dex, an AI that is searching the singularity, an event which artificial intelligence will surpass that of humans. Dex is free to seek this goal however the player likes, becoming a hacker, a stealth assassin, a gunfighter, or a brawler in the game's open world. Square Enix has revealed the release date for Hitman Go, and it's so close you don't even need a sniper rifle. Nicholas Verge has taken to the Square Enix North America blog earlier to reveal some more information about Hitman Go, including detailing some of what we're getting in the enhanced port. Some of what he noted on the blog was covered in our previous post from another source, however there's also some details we haven't quite heard before. Here's the meat of it. Quote, "It's basically the good old Hitman Go you loved on mobile, with updated visuals and all the great content we added onto it, including my personal favorites, the Paris Opera from Blood Money and the St. Petersburg Stakeout mission from Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. End quote. Sounds good, right? There's something for returning players and something for new ones, too. Hitman Go hits North America and Europe on February 23rd. Are you ready to go? For those of you that have yet to buy Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, it looks like your time, like the Duke's bubblegum, is all out. On December 31st, the rights to Duke Nukem series changed hands from 3D Realms to Gearbox Software, and this all led to Duke Nukem digital games disappearing from any stores that they were being sold on. Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition was the only survivor, but now looks like its time is up as well, as the game is no longer on sale in the US PlayStation Store. It still shows, but you cannot purchase it. A statement from the game's publisher, Devolver Digital, reads as follows. Quote, Devolver Digital's distribution agreement for Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition has ended and the game is no longer for sale. All current owners get to keep the game, but the title will no longer be available for purchase through the PlayStation Network, Steam, Humble Store, and other authorized digital distributors and Steam key vendors. Following the end of our distribution agreement of Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, Gearbox Software will take over publishing rights of the title. End quote. At the time of writing, it appears that the game is still available to buy on European PlayStation Store, but no doubt that it will soon be made unavailable there as well. If you want to pick it up but haven't, then be sure to buy it as soon as possible. If you already own the game, however, you'll still be able to download the title from your download list on the store, so don't worry if it's not on your Vita right now.
Alright, next up. Marvelous Inc. has just released a demo for the upcoming Beat 'em Up Uppers, and I took it for Kyle must have taken it for a test run, so we could all have a better look. Clocking in at a cool 378 megabytes, the Japanese demo for Uppers is a pretty painless download, and despite his limited language skills, was also a pretty painless play, aside from skipping the dialogue and fumbling through some controls. The game features a fairly basic combat system mapped to the PlayStation symbol buttons, with the triggers augmenting them for defense, and the D-pad invoking abilities like character swapping or power-ups. There are locations to visit, girls to talk to, and visual novel-style scenes with Japanese voiceover. Fights are set up like missions, and power-ups are delivered via a slot machine system and or by earning them fighting. The Uppers demo is available now and is PlayStation TV compatible if you're wondering, but the actual game won't be out till April 21st in Japan. What a tease. For those of you excited for Square Enix's upcoming JRPG Ikni to Yuki no Setsuna, early reports from Japan are claiming the game is having a few issues with performance. Many Japanese gamers who've managed to snag an early copy of the game have uploaded footage of the game in action. However, it seems as though the game is suffering from lengthy load times on the PlayStation Vita. Players are claiming that the game can take anywhere between 10 to 12 seconds to load between villages and the world map, with the PlayStation 4 version taking around 2 to 3 seconds. Is this something that would put you off? We've yet to hear an official word from Square Enix on the matter, but hopefully there'll be a patch on the way to speed things up. And next up, Sony Computer Entertainment Japan have revealed that they will be bringing 2 new limited quantity starter packs to the market for PlayStation Vita, giving new owners of the handheld a quicker way to get everything they need. The bundle, which will launch on March 3rd, will cost 19,980 yen, which is roughly $175 US, and will come bundled with the following: a PlayStation Vita Wi-Fi model, a 16GB memory card, USB cable, AC adapter power cord, and the manual. The bundle will also be available in 2 colors, Glacier White and also Aqua Blue, which was recently released in North America.
Alright then. That sucks that we're not getting that bundle, but moving on to the home stretch. Telltale Games' most recent series are still set to come to Vita. After Telltale posted a trailer for its latest game on the PlayStation blog, The Walking Dead Michonne, one commenter asked in the comments whether Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, or Minecraft Story Mode were cancelled. Job Stauffer, Telltale's head of creative communications, replied with the following, quote, "Don't worry, we're big fans of Vita, and we still have plans to bring our titles over to the platform. We thank you for your patience, but hang tight. We're hoping to have an update soon." End quote. Borderlands and Game of Thrones have already concluded, but Minecraft Story Mode is in its 4th episode as of December 2015. For more news on when these series launch on Vita, stay tuned. And the last bit of news. Bandai Namco has released their free-to-play World Trigger title on the Japanese PSN, and we have the details. Clocking in at a paltry 45.1 megabytes, I've got PS4 saves that are bigger than that. This tiny title sees players defending a home base from invading enemies. The catch, it's both online and touch only. Sorry, offline players and PlayStation TV owners. You can download the game via the link on the site or by the Japanese PSN, and you can read about the original reveal on the site as well. Downloading before March 31st, however, will net you a free Vita theme as well as access to Yuma Kuga past version, which is, I assume, a character. Are you in? And that's it.
That's the news.
That is the news, Tyler.
Yay! All right, let's go to talking points.
As usual, you know where we're going. Announced release games we're looking forward to from the week. So, what are that nice little list there? It looks good to you, Tyler.
All right, so World of Final Fantasy. I am so excited for that. I've been waiting for that for a while now. So getting new information about that is always awesome. Cannot wait. Also, Attack on Titan. I am so tempted to make a Japanese account and buy a card and download that game just to play it. But I know I would be lost and it would be a waste of money because it's coming here. So I just need to be patient. I need to suffer like everyone else and just wait. But it's so difficult. Stop me, Kyle. Stop me. Fine, don't stop me. Whatever. Fuck you.
I thought it was a rhetorical stop me. I didn't know you wanted me to actually stop you, and I don't know how I would actually be able to stop you from here.
I don't know either, but I just wanted you to say something to make me remember that I should not do it. But apparently you just don't care.
Calm down, Tyler. How about that one?
Thank you, Kyle, for stopping me. You are the bestest friend ever.
Somebody's a sarcastic jerk.
Anyways, also hearing that Telltale's games are still coming is exciting. I loved the Walking Dead games, and The Wolf Among Us was good. So I'm looking forward to finally playing some of the other games that have been coming out lately, because the Vita's my main bitch. So that's where I gotta play them. So I've been waiting patiently, like everyone else. So I can't wait for that. So also Senran Estival Versus. I still need to play Shinobi Versus, but I'll probably end up picking up this one just to have it. So when I do get to it, I can play it. So, yeah.
Play the boobies, Tyler. Play the boobies.
Always. Yeah. Anyways, what about you, Kyle?
All right. So, we've got here Estival Versus. We mentioned the DLC plans and version details. I'm super excited for all that stuff. You know me, as with the last one, I'll probably be getting all of it. So, yeah. Also hoping we get a Digimon World Next Order announcement for over here, especially how great, I guess, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is doing. I hear it's doing really well. I don't have numbers, but there you go. Also, what else we got here? Uppers demo. That was actually pretty cool to play. I probably should have mentioned that in what I was playing this week, but I didn't even think of it. I actually played the Uppers demo and the Hero Must Die demo this week, and they're both pretty decent. Uppers was very basic, and you only get 2 characters to kind of mess with. And Hero Must Die, I was fumbling through all the text bullshit, so I didn't really get too much of what was going on, but I got into some battles and kicked some ass, so that was cool. Also, I fought against the Demon King right away without leveling up or anything, and I almost beat him. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So there we go.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that was interesting, and I'd like to see it come over for sure. Yeah, the Telltale series, I'm interested to see maybe them bring some stuff over, but at the same time, I already played Game of Thrones on PS4, and it was awesome, but I don't know if I'd play it again on Vita. I was pretty bad, and I got a lot of people killed, so I don't know if I'd want to go through doing that again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. You never know. And Attack on Titan, of course, that. And I'm excited that the 4-player co-op is going in now, because maybe that means that it'll come over in the launch version over here, or day 1 update or something like that, because 4-player co-op is cool. Um, yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
So there we go.
Sounds good.
Indeed. So let's move on to our next little bit here, and it's actually a little bit of a read. And because I'm nice and you read a little bit more news than me, I'll read this. And basically, what it is Marcus Estrada, a poster on Clickist, has taken a look at Sky Project's PlayStation Vita promises and their follow through or lack thereof. So he kind of did a little write up and then summarizing kind of what happened, and then I summarized his summarization. So here we go. World End Economica. The first of their Kickstarter titles in June 2014 and the first to be offered a Vita port, World End Economica was announced to come to Vita via PlayStation Mobile if the $100,000 stretch goal was hit. They offered a Vita tier on their Kickstarter set at $30, and upon success of their Kickstarter, it was assumed that work would be done porting it to Unity. A December 2014 update seemed to confirm this. However, an update the following June that was exclusive to backers also seemed to imply that they were just about to start work. It was also announced that they would be releasing the trilogy as a single package. In November of last year, they announced that they were waiting for the Grisaya trilogy to be approved before submitting another title, and an update earlier this month addressed the Vita version once more, saying they'd start working on a console port after their new localization team gets a look at Episode 1 and Episode 2. I'm sure we're all with Marcus at this point and wondering what the hell is going on, and that's as far as this one has gotten. Moving on. Fallout Milestone 1 Director's Cut. With a Vita stretch goal set at $30,000, Fallout Milestone 1 Director's Cut took over 3 weeks to hit its mark, despite the initial goal for localizing being hit almost immediately. A Vita tier was set at $10, and the game was said to be coming via PlayStation Mobile again. The idea was promising, and people seemed excited. Well, months pass, and through around 10 updates, we hear no word on the Vita version. That is until the eve of the game's initial launch for the base goal PC platform. That night, Sky Project founder Raymond Kian took to sharing the fact that the process of porting to Unity was underway and they were seeking PSN certification. This was the first time they announced they would be moving away from PlayStation Mobile. In July 2015, they announced that they were pursuing 2 avenues of approach, one being to port the game to Unity, and the other being to bring their usual PC game engine, Ren'Py, to the Vita in order to simplify most porting in the future. Unlike World End Economica, Fallout Milestone 1 Director's Cut would benefit from this, and they seem to have a plan, or 2. October brought news that they were having a hard time getting games approved, and in November brought recap of previous events, noting that Grisaya came first in pecking order, and that had to be proved before they could address other Vita titles. They also noted that they were still in the research stages for bringing Ren'Py to the platform, which is read as they hadn't even started porting yet. An update earlier this month promised some news about PS Vita soon, but at this point it's getting a bit late in the game. Hopefully soon isn't just PR speak for we're looking into it. The third game up is the Grisaya trilogy, and this is the one that seemed to get most of the attention. With its campaign launched on December 16th and funded on the Vita level by the 18th, despite it being $240,000, it's clear that the Grisaya trilogy was both the most popular and the highest profit Sakai Project would be attempting to bring. I say attempting because they note that it was pending Sony approval, adding a $1 waiting for information tier instead of an official Vita one. Once the game was approved, they planned to add another tier that people could upgrade to. Interesting, right? Well, a few days before the campaign ended, Sony asked Sakai Project to reapply for PlayStation Network approval. They did, and kept taking $1 pledges, the approval hitting just over a year ago, as of this post on February 7th, 2015. Despite approval for PSN developer status, however, they noted later in the month that the Grisaya trilogy wasn't approved for PSN release, and they were only beginning to explore the porting process. The time for locking down the backer kit soon came and went, and no upgrade tier was offered to Vita hopefuls. People wondered what the hell was going on. At the end of May, Sakai Project announced that they would be porting the game to Unity if they could get approval. The start of October brought an announcement that they had cleared most of the obstacles on getting it to the platform, and November gave us a small announcement regarding getting their papers in order with Sony. December brought the last significant bit of news, however, as they announced they were working on a vertical slice, a working gameplay sample, for the Grisaya trilogy in order to get approval. They reaffirmed that they were working on that vertical slice in late January, and we're still waiting to hear more. And the last title, Root Double Before Crime After Days Extended Edition. Now, this one was announced with no PlayStation Vita version planned, but was given the Vita promise after the fact, even despite all the issues they had with the other three games that they've announced ports for. Fans asked, and Sakai Project caved in the matter, adding a $225 tier for Vita hopefuls, dropping it to a less outrageous $50 when people complained and their funding seemed in trouble. The game currently has Eventually as its projected release date, and being that it's got three barely started ports ahead of it, we know Sakai Project doesn't care much about order. That's a pretty fair assessment of the situation. So as it is, it seems that Sakai Project has promised three games of their own volition, and one due at least partly to user appeal, none of which are likely to hit the platform anytime soon. The three they came out with on their own were all 2014 Kickstarters and have all since been released on their base platforms. None of them are even past the vertical slice initial approval phase on Vita, and most seem to not have even been started aside from research. I wonder if anyone's taking bets on release dates, because I think I'd like to put some cash on 2020. What about you, Tyler? What are you thinking on this?
Yeah, that's it's interesting. Let me actually open it up though. Before I just start making random blabberdops.
Blabberdots.
Yeah, that's weird. That feels like a long time to wait.
Well, it's just really funny because they all came out with some sort of, promise for Vita, whether it was, we're looking into it or whatever, and took money for Vita versions, be it $1 or $225, and we've not even seen them get past the actually getting the game approved for the PSN stage, which all you need is a vertical slice, like a piece of working game that you can show off.
Yeah, that kind of seems a bit shady.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, like, I mean, Sakai Project isn't just some, jack in the box, come out of nowhere guys. They've been around for a couple years now, and they've been doing English translations of games, visual novels from Japan. I don't know if they've done other regions, but I know they've done Japanese ones. And now they've kind of started making Vita promises, and we're getting nowhere with that. So, like, I don't know. We've had Non-Skippo tweet into us quite a few times about Sakai Project stuff and kind of what's going on and updates on it and whether we think stuff's going to happen. And really, at this point, it's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I haven't put money into it, but I definitely feel bad for anyone that has been. We should definitely have some people reach out to us and let us know what they think if you're a supporter of this. I'm sure Non-Skippo will throw some stuff at us very soon. So, yeah, it's very interesting, very weird, and very sad to hear. But hopefully, they will figure this out, and we won't have to worry for long.
I hope so, because that's some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, all right. Next thing, Kyle, what do we got? Unless you wanted to add some stuff to that.
No, I think that's pretty good. Like, I mean, most of it was a little bit tainted with my opinion as it was written there, but
Yeah.
yeah, like, I mean, it's they're promising a lot. It's been now over a year, like, for every single one of those games because they were all announced up to December 2014. So, like, the whole of 2015 came and went without them even getting a vertical slice or something approved properly. And it's just kind of getting crazy. Like, I know they've changed all these games from PlayStation Mobile projected, release to PSN, and they've done other things. But, like, I mean, you would expect them at this point to have something, at least be approved for, like, release on PSN or something. Because, yeah, it's been a while, and I'm sure those people, especially the ones that put in that $225, be wondering what the fuck is going on right about now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we can do.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. The other thing that we kind of have here to talk about in talking points is the PlayStation Store top downloads for January 2016. I just read all that shit, so you can read this, Tyler.
No! Just kidding. All right. So, the top downloads for January, North America. Let's go right through it. Number 1, we've got Persona 4 Golden, 2, Bastion, 3, Minecraft, 4 is Tearaway, 5 is Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, 6 is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, 7 is Terraria, 8 is Steins Gate, 9 is Final Fantasy XX2 HD Remaster, and in the 10th spot, we've got Don't Starve Giant Edition. In Europe, they've moved to a top 10, which is nice because I don't feel like reading 25 games. So
Yeah.
that's good. Anyways, we've got first place Assassin's Creed 3 Liberations. Second place is Mortal Kombat. 3 is Minecraft. 4 is Rayman Origins. 5 is Street Fighter X Tekken. 6th is Persona 4 Golden. 7 is Sword Art Online Lost Song. 8th is Hotline Miami. 9 is Dead Nation. And in the 10th spot, we've got WRC 5 FIA World Rally Championship. So Kyle, what what pops in your mind?
Well, first of all, what the hell is Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation doing at the top of Europe's list? I assume they had a sale because otherwise, as you know, much as I like Assassin's Creed, that one isn't one that people should be buying like that. Also, Street Fighter X Tekken. I don't know what the hell's going on with that either, but that's weird, kind of weird to see that on the list. I know it was on the list last time, number 9. Like, I don't know what's up with that. People thinking it's like gonna go out of style or something. I don't know. It's odd. Um, anyway, and Final Fantasy XX2 HD Remaster. I'm guessing that one must have been a sale in North America too, because that's kind of a weird one to pop back onto that list. I know Steins Gate was on sale in January because I bought it in January. So yeah,
All
I don't
right.
know. Odd stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy this month. Nothing. No PSP titles in that top 10.
Yeah, is this the first time that Sword Art Online hasn't been on the North American list?
I don't think it's the first time, but it's the first time in a long while. Yes. It's usually right up there, or
Yeah.
straddled in that bottom. It's rarely even in the last couple spots, and to not see it on the list at all is kind of weird.
I feel like it's gonna come back in February because it was on sale for like $8 or something like that.
Oh, it'll be back. Don't worry.
It
Can't
will
put Sword
be
Art Online
back.
down for long. It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right. There we go for that. So, is it time for listener mail, Kyle?
I think it is, Tyler.
Let's jump into that then. So we've got one here, and it's an email. So let's jump right into it. Hello. Just wanted to say keep up the great work and thank you all for the great job editing my Summon Night 5 feature for the Vita Lounge site. I have a few questions to ask, so hope you have the time to answer them. Question number 1. If you could revisit any video game series you played before or want to give a second chance, what will it be? Currently doing a retrospective on the Sonic series and I'm having a blast doing so. Kyle, what would you like to revisit? What series?
Oh man. Um, I don't know. I tend to revisit the series that I like really want to revisit on my own over and over again. So like I've played through Dead Space a couple times. I've played through the Skate series a couple times. Resident Evil a couple times. Like I don't know. It's hard to pick something out that's I don't know recent. I guess something that I would want to kind of give a second chance because I kind of started going back to do it all and then didn't really is From Software's kind of Dark Souls Bloodborne games. So I played Bloodborne and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then I bought Demon Souls for $5 on a flash sale, and I played probably an hour and a half of it, and then I was like, meh, I'll just play something else, and I haven't gone back. So I'd like to go back and do that one. I don't know if I'd finish it, but I'd try more. And I'd like to try the Dark Souls ones from that kind of series. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just kind of something I can think of. What about you, Tyler?
I have no idea. I haven't really thought of like going back to play anything lately, just because I've been so busy with trying to play things that are coming out now. Um, but if I had the chance, I think I'd jump back into some maybe Super Mario because those are some fun games, and I have not played like Super Mario World in so long, but I always have that random urge to just play through the entire game again. It's been years since I've done that, but I don't know. It
Yo,
always
man, I
pops
I
up.
do it at least once a year.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
gotta.
I do that with like the Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Like that's my one of my all-time favorite games ever. Like that's really probably what got me into gaming was that game because oh my god, I've beaten that game so many times that it's ridiculous. I lost count, but that's definitely one of my favorite games. But probably Super Mario. So yeah. Next up, he says, what localization announcements are you guys looking forward to the most? A lot is coming out in 2016, but a few games are up in the air for localization. Personally, I hope for Neptunia vs. Sega Hard Girls and Hero Must Die to get localized this year or in 2017. Thank you for your time and have a great day. RK128. Kyle?
All right, now I don't know if this is my brain fucking up or what, but I seem to remember something about Neptunia versus Sega Hard Girls coming over. Am I alone on that, Tyler, or do you remember that too?
I don't, actually. I know there's that one, that zombie one, right?
Yeah, I thought they were both announced as coming over.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. If it's not, then yeah, that would be an obvious choice. And Hero Must Die seemed pretty good in the battles, although I don't know how it would be like going farther into the game. It might get boring if it's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I had a decent time with the demo. And if you want to like fire up the Japanese demo and screw around, you get like the whole time of a lifespan to play through. So that's kind of cool. Um, but for me, something to get localized. I'd love them to localize Tokyo Xanadu. That's pretty friggin' awesome. I played the demo of that, and it was easily one of the best demos I've played in a long time. And I don't want to jinx it because now that I have it, but Valkyrie Drive Bikuni just kind of landed on my doorstep today, and I would love for that to get localized, but I doubt it. And if it did, then I'd have a Japanese game that would not be worthless, but you know what I mean. It'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, for
What about you?
me, um, I'm so glad that God Eater is coming because that would have been it. But obviously it is coming. But what is that game? Dragon Quest Builders. I really want them to localize that. Looking really closely at the development of that and what it's all about, and it looks like so much fun. So I definitely want that one to come over. But yeah, other than that, oh well, there's also the one you mentioned that I totally forgot the name of. Tokyo Xanadu, I believe, was what you said. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that one. I would love for that one to also be localized. So yeah, there's a few games that I see, but I think that's about it for me. I'm sure there's something else I'm missing, but
Oh
yeah,
man, like I could go through probably 40 games that I want to come over, but those are the top ones.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Well, all right, there we go. Thank you, RK128, for your question. It's time to go to check this out. Kyle, what are we gonna check out? You've got a list here.
All right,
Jesus.
so I'm kind of cheating. I just copied the what's on sale list from the North America, although I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Um, so here's the deal. Both Persona 4 and or Persona 4 Golden, sorry, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night are on sale, heavy sale. Um, Persona 4 Dancing All Night is $29.99, down from $49.99. And Persona 4 Golden, if for some reason you don't have it, which you should, or if you want digital version because you're awesome and that's the way it is, and there's a train, then you should grab it because it's $9.89 down from $29.99. So a $20 deal on both of those. They're, I guess, Persona 4 Dancing is awesome. Tyler has been telling me to get it. I don't know, but we'll go by what people said and that train. And and I know Persona 4 Golden is awesome, so you should definitely get that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So there you
Dancing
go.
All Night's fun. I platinumed that game. It's a really good game. If you're looking for a pretty simple platinum, it's also a pretty simple platinum. You just have to beat the game at least. Um, but yeah, some good check these out and really good
Speaking
prices.
Speaking of easy platinums, I don't know exactly how easy it is, but just a warning to anybody who's out there and looking for a game soon. Hitman Go. Charlie got it last night, and he had a platinum by 4 o'clock in the morning this morning for my time.
Jeez.
So if you want a quick platinum, looks like Hitman Go for Vita is one, and February 23rd, both regions. There you go.
All right. So there you go. Check those out. Buy some new games. They're on sale for steals. Let's get out of here, Kyle.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. If you got listener mail or comments, contact us via media services at thevitalounge.net. You can find everything we talked about today at thevitalounge.net, including any mentioned news, reviews, featured articles, and store updates. We also have a community forum and a magazine. The magazine is available both digitally and in physical copy. You can support the site and get physical copies of the magazine via patreon.com/thevitalounge. Follow us on Twitter at The Vita Lounge. I'm at Mr. PSVita Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search The Vita Lounge. And we just hit 10,000 followers on the Vita Lounge's Twitter, so congratulations to that, and more to come. Woo woo!
Whoop, whoop.
Also, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/loungeplay, now with more videos. Kyle's posting stuff all the time, so feel free to subscribe to that. Check out what's being posted. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, and via direct download on this site, so subscribe to us on those platforms, rate us, let us know how we're doing. And that is it for episode 11-1. 111. 11-1? What was it? 11-1?
Yeah, it's 11-1, Tyler.
There we go. 111.
Because we're number one. Oh, yeah.
We can never do another one now, Kyle.
It'll be 111 version 2, Tyler.
Okay, alright. Let's get out of here. Bye-bye.